Hello, this is Superintendent of Schools Dr. Bill Truby. It's my privilege and certainly my pleasure to present to you some information and inviting your participation about next year's school calendar. Creating a school calendar is always a challenging task. Matching other systems, making sure there are breaks, trying to take advantage of holidays, and lately having to work in furlough days are many of the things we have to take into consideration. We are especially challenged this year as we try to use even the school calendar to help make a dent in our $2.7 million budget deficit. As you consider helping to provide input on next year's calendar, I encourage you to think about finances certainly, but always remember our need for students' education. This is, after all, why we do what we do and how we will be measured. I want to extend a huge thank you to our calendar committee for its investment of time and intellectual property. Through them and the leadership of Mr. Kenneth Roberts, I feel you have some excellent models to look at. So, take some time, think about what you're seeing and hearing and reading, and make an excellent choice based on all of these concepts that we are presenting to you. Thank you very much for your understanding, support, and your participation.
Hello, I'm Kenny Roberts. I'm a social studies teacher at Lamar County High School. It has been my pleasure to serve on the calendar committee with a dozen of your colleagues, parents, and other community leaders. The calendar committee has created 3 calendar models with the goals of saving money and continuing to provide a world-class education for our students. The calendars we will present are models indeed. They are potential scenarios developed to begin the conversation about our 2013 and 14 academic calendar. Each calendar includes 6 calendar reduction days as a starting point for our collective discussion. Once you have viewed this short video detailing each calendar model, please take the time to view the actual calendars and vote your preference on the system website at www.lamar.k12.georgia.us. This calendar is most like our current calendar. There are similar breaks as well as similar start and finish dates. I will begin by highlighting the pros or positives of the 180-day current calendar. This model begins with the maximum 180 instructional days. Because of its similarity to our current calendar, this model may be the most comfortable to all. Also, the model has the many breaks that many have come to enjoy. Due to the higher number of days to choose from, there is more flexibility in choosing the placement of calendar reduction days. By starting earlier, this model would provide a few more weeks of care given to the Lamar County children. Now for the cons or negative side. This calendar is the most expensive by far. For some, the breaks cause inefficient interruptions to academic work. Everyone does not receive the breaks. Athletes and coaches must work during those breaks. Research shows that this calendar model has a higher rate of absenteeism for both students and adults. Lastly, research shows that Lexile scores fluctuate negatively with this model.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Murphy, and I'm a parent representative on the calendar committee. When we think tradition, we think long established, and it's just what we're accustomed to. Don't you just hate when the following question is posed to you? I have some good news and some bad news. Which do you want first? We never know in which direction to go. We are a feel-good society. Good news is welcome, and bad news, well, not so much. With the 180-day traditional calendar, there is more than meets the eye, and definitely more good news than bad news. First off, amid massive budget cuts, there will be significant savings due to longer summer shutdowns, causing the school year to begin the last week of August. Keeping with the theme of budget cuts, the traditional calendar will allow flexibility with furlough days. Additionally, this calendar is one that provides more. There will be more days of instruction, more days for field trips, and more days for learning activities. Now, unfortunately, with pros come cons, but only a few in the case of the traditional calendar. There will be less breaks and long stints between those breaks. Furthermore, there is not as much of a savings generated by the traditional calendar in comparison to the 160-day calendar. As you have heard, on a full scale, the good outweighs the bad with the 180-day traditional calendar.
My name is Jennifer Larrabee. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Lamar County Elementary School. I am here to discuss the 160-day calendar, which is probably going to be the most different from the calendars we've discussed so far. Some pros for this calendar would be this calendar brings the most savings. It will affect cafeteria, custodial, clerical, buses, and the utilities. It also offers fewer interruptions to the education cycle than our current calendar. It also affects our testing, Lexile scores, and other tests are more consistent with this model. Other schools that have had this model in the past show fewer discipline problems. They show also improved attendance for teachers and students. Another pro for this calendar would be that the school day or the school year begins after Labor Day, and it also carries a full week off at Thanksgiving. Some cons for this calendar would be the loss of 20 paid days for classified staff members. The school day would be lengthened for certified staff for about 50 minutes a day, but not for the students. It would be a loss of 20 days of instruction, less than the standard or the traditional calendar. Activities at each school for fun or other programs may be minimized in each school. There will not be the extra time for those events during the school day. Another con for this calendar would be the potential for students to fall behind during the summer. They would have a 3-month vacation, and that would give that extra month of potential for those students to fall behind. Field trips may be minimized or completely cut out because of their interruption into the school day. Thank you.
I would like to thank the members of the Calendar Committee for their time, work, and thoughts on this project. Thank you for listening to the details of each calendar. Now take 2 more steps by viewing copies of the calendar and voting your preference on the system website at www.lamar.k12.georgia.us. And thank you.